Okay, beautiful people, how are you all doing today? Hope you guys are good. So, I saw this. Good evening, Sir Milton. How are you doing? Hope you are good. How can I move to Denmark to study? Please, I need the requirements and the process. Now, this is something somebody asked me, and I'm going to be addressing this here with you. And again, two things I want to say. One, if you have a question like this and you want to get it real quick done, make an appointment with me. We talk on call. Okay, you know where to get it. The details up there can give you. Secondly, it's not compulsory to make the appointment. You can just basically go to my YT platform and listen to all of this. He is asking for requirements and the process. I have done a lot of video about this on my YT platform, right? So it is now your duty to do your own due diligence. However, I'm still going to talk about it straight away so newcomers can digest. And when you watch this, go to the channel and follow up. You are saying you want to move through study route. Good. It is good that you already identified the route that you want to use because some people do not actually know this. The next thing you need to do is you need to check which university. Now, your documents will determine the university you are going to check. Do you have just your WAEC or an A levels, WASI, or you actually have a bachelor's degree? Then in this case, you are going to be looking, if you have a bachelor's degree, you are going to be looking for a master's study program. So now you are going to be targeting universities that offer master's programs, and you can only do this via research or coming through an appointment with Milton. Now, when you identify the university, the next thing you need to do is you need to check, like I said, the program you are applying to will determine the documents you have will determine the program you are going to apply to. If you study economics, you should be going for masters in economics. If you did cybersecurity, you should be going for cybersecurity MSc. But if you have just WAEC, NECO, or an A levels, you should be going for any program at bachelor's, looking at the subjects you actually have in high school. Now, when you identify the school, you check the requirements. Now, this is what you are asking me. This is the process I'm explaining to you, and these are the requirements. Now, on the school website, let's say you want to apply for artificial intelligence, they may be asking you for high school mathematics. If it's bachelor's, they may be asking you for high school chemistry, physics, or English. But if you are going in for masters, they may say, oh, you need a bachelor's degree with equivalence to 180 credits, and equally, you need to have a bachelor's degree in cybersecurity or software engineering. Now, you will see all the requirements there. They will also be asking for an application fee and also a curriculum vitae, and possibly maybe they can ask for your portfolio. Your portfolio here is what have you done? What was your bachelor's thesis? Have you done any volunteer work? Have you done anything related to that? So these are the type of things you are going to see depending on the school. University of Aalborg cannot have the same requirements as University of Copenhagen, and it cannot have the same requirements as University of Southern Denmark. So put all this together. Then after you've identified the requirements now, there is also going to be an application fee. I do not know how much. It depends on the school you see. Then the next thing now, you need to ask yourself, this tuition fee, because you check requirements, you also need to check tuition. You will also see a tuition like maybe 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 10,000, 12,000, depending on the program and depending on the school. Now you need to ask yourself, this tuition fee, can I actually pay it? Remember, the tuition is going to be in one semester, which means that once you pay that tuition after you get admission, you still need to pay another one after 4 months of arriving in Denmark. You still need to consider your budget for accommodation. Denmark is not a cheap country. Now, you need to ask yourself, the money in my bank account, when I get admission, will I be able to pay my tuition within 14 days? Okay, to apply to begin visa process? That question is your question now. Then when you are able to afford, like maybe say, okay, this is the answer. I got the answer now. I can do it. You launch your application because you already checked the starting day, when admissions is going to open and when admissions is going to close, right? So you already know that. Then you now apply. If you cannot apply, this is when you need someone like Milton. But again, remember, you have to go to somebody you can really rely on, somebody you think actually know what they are doing. It's important. I must not be the one. We are many of us on here doing the same thing. So decide. Now, after you've made a decision, you can then do the application yourself. And after the admissions, you apply for visa. Remember, you do not need proof of funds again. After admissions, you have 14 days to pay your tuition, and then your school will begin visa process and you carry on with the entire process again, submitting your documents to VFS Global and collecting your visa after biometrics. But another thing I want to say before I go is, Denmark is competitive now. There are a lot of laws. If you have been watching my videos on YT, you should know there are a lot of laws. So I will encourage you to verify, always do research, watch videos, and understand that it's going to be very difficult this year to enter Denmark. Only the smart ones will go in, and document legalization has been introduced. So do the right thing now and prepare your documents. Admission starts next month. I want to know more about the Netherlands. I want to come via the student visa or the student route. I want to know about living expenses, accommodation, jobs, and settlement. I am waiting for your response. This is a question somebody wrote to me, a family member on my TK platform. Please, if you are still new here, these are the things you need to know. First thing first, you can make an appointment with me, then we talk about this. If you do not like to do the research yourself, Milton is here to assist you for that. Check the details over there. Secondly, you can go to my YouTube channel, okay, my YT platform, and check all of these details. I will still put it here again in case you don't go there, you decide to watch here. Now, you are asking, you want to move here as a student, and you want to know these four things. But before I talk about this, please remember that there are new laws happening now. There are new updates coming up. And one of them is that they want to limit the rate of international students moving to this country. That's the first thing. Secondly, courses in English, most courses in English, or let me say some courses, have been changed to Dutch, and some will be changed in future. Thirdly, PR, let's say passport or naturalization or citizenship, would be now be pushed to 10 years. These are some of the things that have been said. They haven't been passed yet. Hopefully, it doesn't change. But for now, nothing has been done yet. It's still in discussion and so many things. So as soon as the results is available or anything, or if there are any changes, I will come back here and tell you people. Now, let's go. The living cost, you said you want to know about living cost. I think living costs implies maybe food, maybe transportation, maybe housing, but you said accommodation. So I'm going to remove housing and talk about the other things. Well, living costs, I think you are talking about internet, and you are also talking about food. You are also talking about maybe rents. I will talk about it in general. Now, let me tell you, well, for me, I do not pay up to 500 euros a month. I'm going to tell you, this 500 euros, I'm not paying like I pay every month. Not up to. I don't want to give you the specific period figure. Just understand that I live in my one room. Everything is there, neat, clean, and okay, organized for me alone. Then also the internet is inclusive in that money. My food is outside of that money. I live alone, so I barely even eat that much. But I think in a month, if it's maximum, maybe I can spend 90 euros or 100 euros. It depends. My electricity and electricity is inclusive in that my bill, and everything internet is inclusive, right? So I just gather the money and I pay, and I forget about any other thing. Now for rents alone, told you already that I don't pay up to 500. Now other people may pay more than me. It depends on the type of accommodation. It depends on the type of maybe utilities in it. It depends on the age of the accommodation, and it depends on the location of the accommodation. And other people, like I said, they can spend more on food. Maybe they are paying more on internet. Maybe they are paying more on gas and stuff like that. But my general bill is just that amount. The range I told you, right? Now let's go to, I've talked about that, the rent. Let me talk about something related to accommodation. Now, remember this video I'm making now, all these details are already on my YT platform. Go there and follow for more. Now, another thing about accommodation is that I was even saying today that if you want to move here as a student, make sure you get accommodation ready before you move. Ask your university, of course, it's going to be expensive. You need a deposit, you need a rent, and then to secure your position, you need to sign contracts. So ask your university all these details about accommodation, but understand that is basically somehow expensive in the student hostel than outside accommodation. But which one is easy to get? The school hostel if you begin early, but if you begin late, you will not get anything. So I've trashed that already. Jobs here, you only work 16 hours a week as an international student, okay, part-time, not full-time. And you may think, oh, Milton, I will do underground things. If you try it, it's going to hold you in future. So This is the advice. 16 hours, stick to it. And jobs depends on city as well. Some employers may not want to employ you because you are a student, you have to go to school, you will not come often. And some might willingly give you the job. You can ask for student centers, student recruits. Maybe you apply for jobs online, and sometimes language is also a problem. And yeah, like I said, it depends on the city. It's really scarce to find the jobs, but again, if you are very serious, you are determined, you apply, you can definitely get something. So I've charged that already. Settlement. Now, you talked about settlement, and this is what I have to say. First thing first, you are going to be affected. Culture shocks is going to affect you. Weather is going to affect you. Maybe the environment and the people will affect you, though they are good people, but so many things will be new to you. During winter, you will be affected because of weather, and the education system will be different for you. Like us coming from Cameroon, it's quite different. In Cameroon, they copy, they even give you things, they teach you everything, but here you have to work on your own to find a solution to it. And more here is mostly group work. I hope you understand. So I believe I've talked about this a lot already on my channel. So please, this is what you need to know, and I hope this helps you. We meet when you come to the Netherlands. Bye bye.